Well, this weather doesn't look very promising for our plans for today. So to start off the day, we're actually headed to No Comply Skate Shop. They're actually having a really cool feature. It's called Skate Dreams. It's a documentary featuring just highlighting the progression of women's skateboarding and how, you know, it went from nothing to the booming industry that it is now. Because they have a bunch of female pros there. You can do a meet and greet. And afterwards, they're supposed to do a skate demo at the House Skate Park, which is right next door to the skate shop. But it's not looking like that's going to be possible for the weather, unfortunately, because I was really looking forward to seeing some sick bowl skating today. And on top of that, I plan on giving out a deck to a lucky kid. It looks like we might just be able to do the meet and greet. Even then, that's still gonna be cool. I always have a good time anytime I go to the skate shop, because as a kid I grew up super poor, and the nearest skate shop was like 45 minutes away, and it wasn't even a skate shop, it was like a gift shop that sold skateboard products on the side. I would get a new deck, you know, maybe once every 3 to 4 months, if that. So I had to make them stretch. You know, I was always riding with a cracked deck, a chip deck, with razor tail very frequently, majority of my skate career. So now that I'm an adult and I don't have any kids, and I have a little extra income, I like to give back when I can. So right now we're gonna head there and see what we can get into the rest of the day. Then later tonight, we're planning to go in the lodge and put in a 1-3 session. Alright, so this is amazing. Apparently the rain didn't get this far south. We're gonna head up the hill, go to No Comply. I guess the demo's on, so I'm super pumped. So that's not bad. I actually thought that I was going to have to pay like $6 for this burger, but they're free. So as always, this place is super fucking crowded. Every once in a while we get a chance to squeeze on a line. Holy shit. It's currently pandemonium here. There's like, I want to say like 300 kids here, which is kind of obnoxious for a skate park. Alright, so we're headed back to our apartment. It's like 6:30 right now. What the fucking Christ is going on here? What? Alright, so it's like 6:30. We're finally headed home. Rush hour traffic is over with. We ended up getting Jet's Pizza, which is one of our favorite pizza joints. It just so happens to be located in a really, really crappy location, so we can only get it when we're in the south side of town. But really, really cool experience. Really, really awesome meeting those ladies. They're all a bunch of really phenomenal skaters. Unfortunately, none of them really skated much. The park was way too crowded, and they were really just more busy doing, you know, meet and greeting, throwing out prizes, and doing promotional stuff. Overall, it was a really, really awesome time, and I feel super lucky that I'm able to do these things because, you know, back in Illinois, we never had stuff like this. We're just gonna go home, eat dinner, hang out with the dogs, then later tonight we're gonna head to the lodge and put in a 1-3 session. Man, it's like 30 degrees right now in Texas, which is just wild. This weather's so crazy. So we're going to the lodge right now. Our name's on the 1-3 list. Hopefully gonna get a juicy table. Last time I checked, they had 3 tables going. Last time I played, it was terrible. There was like 4 regs, 1 competent old guy, 1 knit, and 2 guys from like London that came together that were both solid. So one thing I've been wanting to mention in one of my videos, and well, I'm gonna start off by saying sorry for not making a video in a month. Things happened. Mentally, just wasn't able to just edit a video the way I wanted to. I just came to the conclusion that fuck it, I'm just gonna make vlogs these super chill, simple ways. I'm not gonna, you know, spend hours and hours on my phone editing, and I just don't enjoy editing. I have to sit there in silence and piece together bits, and it's not fun for me at all, especially when I have dogs and other things that, you know, I like to tend to. But something else I wanted to say is, you know, my recent, you know, bankroll issues, and it's something that a lot of people have, you know, wondered about. And it's not so much that I did not go broke. I never went even close to going broke. Cash-wise, I did have to step down to 1-2. Just because I didn't want to liquidate my assets. Alright, so basically what happened was I won a big chunk of money when I was in Vegas at the beginning of February. Right when I got home, I dropped a bunch of money into stocks and Ethereum. And now when I say a bunch of money, I'm saying like a few $1,000s. Nothing crazy. I also was buying some NFTs at the time, which are doing very, very well right now. But another thing that I've been collecting for the last 2 years, it's kind of just been a big ongoing project, is I'm a big collector and investor of a quarterback named Mitchell Trubisky. Yeah, you probably heard that right. It sounds pretty fucking stupid. Yeah, but his name's Mitchell Trubisky. He's a quarterback. He was the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. You probably know him as the guy that was drafted before Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. I was buying up his rookie cards at basement bottom dollar prices. And so with the way the NFL works is the free agency period begins March 14th. And I'm not the only sports card investor out there that has a brain in between the ears. So a lot of other sports card investors have been buying his cards up as well. And so what that's been doing is making the value of his cards rise, which is a really, really good thing for me. but it's also a kind of bad thing for me because it means it's in a way my last chance to get him at those basement bottom dollar prices. So I dropped about $6,000 on some very, very high-end rookie cards that are already doing really well. The cards literally went up like 50% while they're in the mail to me. Which brings me to my next topic of something else that I did. So I have a lot of raw cards. What raw cards means it's just cards that aren't graded. But I want to submit those cards to PSA. PSA is a grading company. And so what you do is you pay money to this company, get your cards graded, and if your cards come back at 10, it amplifies the value. Right now, the cost to grade one card is $100. It's $100 to grade one card, and I sent in about 40 cards. And the way this works is, it's $100 for cards that are worth like $2,000 or less. If it's worth $2,000 or more, it goes up to like $250 a card. I had a decent amount of those as well. But the reason why I had to send them in now rather than later is because once he signs for a new team, the value of those cards go up, and the cost of grading goes up as well. So I kind of had to rush all of my cards in at once, to where normally I would have just normally just sent in, a few at a time. But no, I had to bum rush and get all the cards in before the value really skyrocketed. Then PSA charges me a Bill Cosby price to get my cards graded. With all of that, I also went on a really, really big 9-session downswing. You heard that, 9 cash sessions in a row I lost. It was just really, really brutal. It could be raining pussy, I still get hit with a dick. It was just really, really fucking brutal. But a few weeks later, we're out of it. We're about to go play 1-3. I can buy it for about $1,000, maybe $2,000, depending on how the table looks. But these games have been pretty decent. I have mentioned before, though, in the last few months, they have gotten a lot tougher, though, since Regs have moved to town. But tonight's a new session. We had a great day. We're mentally focused, and we're going to try to run it up. So we'll see you when we get there.
And built it up into one of Austin's. 20.
Alright, it's break time. Been playing for like 2.5 hours. Table honestly fucking sucks. First decent hand, there's 2 limpers out of the hijack on the button. We're on the small button with aces, and he raises up to 21. Both players call, flop is jack high, he checks around, the turn is a 10. I check. The cutoff player who just sat at the table, he just bought it for like $300. He bet 60, I raise to 160, he jams for 280 all day, I call, he's got king 10. Next hand, super tight old guy raises at early position. Same player calls, just reloads for another 300. We're on the button with ace queen actually. Normally we 3-bet this, trying to get down heads up, but in this case, old man coffee did it, so we're not gonna be 3-betting him. So we just flat call. The flop is queen high, checks to our little spot friend, and he bets like 2/3 pot. I raise him again with ace queen top. He jams us 285 in there. We snap him off, and he has queen 10. Another hand, we had pocket 7s and turn a boat. Got 1 street of value there. And then another hand, we raise pre-flop with ace queen. We check it in middle position. This pretty tight guy, he checks the flop back. Then when check to him on the turn, he bets it when an under comes. I just don't believe him, so I call him down on the turn on the river, and he gets me for 2 streets of value with ace 3 of diamonds. He actually flopped the nut flush. Unfortunately, we paid the guy off there, but right now, like I said, we're up $600, so not going too bad, especially since we lost 900 yesterday. We're not really going to be playing that much longer since our table is really, really terrible. On top of that, we have a tournament tomorrow to play, so we don't want to be super tired for that. But the PLO table's looking pretty juicy. Several times I've been tempted to go over there and take a whack at that game, but honestly, like, PLO at the Lodge has just owned my soul. I've been set over set so many times with middle set, and the Lodge PLO game, it's not even funny. Maybe it's just me having like some PLO PTSD or whatever, but I don't know. It's been fucking brutal every time I touch that sport. We're going to keep trying to run up our stack. There are quite a few spots at our table, but they're more on the passive side. So we're not going to be like catching many punts. We're going to have to just value bet the shit out of them. So let's get back in there and stop wasting time. Just gave all my chips to this guy. Game's about to end. Profits right there. Go buy 15 Whataburger Juniors now. That hold'em session ended with me getting sent to Value City about 5 times in one orbit. So right after that game ended, instead of me going home, I decided to take a shot at this 1-2 PLO game. So let's see how it goes. Alright, so we're home. We fucking lost there. As you saw, after the 1-3 game broke, we went and played 1-2 PLO. The game was insanely massive. We ended up getting 1-outered in a double board PLO bomb pot for about $1,800. It was like a $6,000 fucking pot that we lost. Dude had a set of aces on the bottom board and rivered a set of aces on the top board. I don't know how the fuck he did that, but He did it. He outplayed the shit out of us. He rivered a one outer. You can grind your ass off and hold them, and then PLO, it just comes on one hand, where it just doesn't go your way. And then next thing you know, you're at the bottom of the barrel trying to climb your way out. Well, the last 2 days we're down 2,000, but later today, it's actually currently 5:30 in the morning. We're gonna walk the dogs, get some sleep, and then later this afternoon, we have, it's called the Big One tournament. I don't know, it's like a $345 buy-in re-entry, so we're gonna go fire a bullet in that. But yeah, we're gonna sleep this loss off because, yeah, I'm over it. But yeah, thanks for watching. I know this is a little bit of a different style from what I'm used to doing, but this is more of just something that, it doesn't take that long for me to edit these videos, and I don't get crazy stressed out about it, and it's just something that I can keep putting out. But if you like the video, hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. But honestly, I don't really have anything else to say, so peace out, guys. We'll see you in the next session. Later.